here at the best you, and I'm smiling. You probably noticed that the smile's getting bigger and bigger because I am having a ball. This is probably one of the best things I've ever done. I'm meeting some amazing people. I'm having so much fun. I'm learning, and it's just great. So earlier on, I was at one of the stands, and I was looking at a lady speaker from America, and there was this lady to the side who I kind of recognized. But you know, sometimes when you can just feel someone looking at you like they're not happy with you. Well, it was this lady. So anyway, it turns out that we met last year, but I don't know what she's done. She's just like this beautiful transformation. So I was trying to look but not look. You know what we do, brothers? Anyway, so we just keep it real like this. So here we are at the best you again. We'd like you to introduce yourself to our audience and tell them who you are and what you do and why you've flown over to the UK again.
Okay. Well, my name is Marcie Nixon, and I am the CEO and founder of She's Immune. She's Immune is an organization that works with women who are dealing with unforeseen circumstances in their life, whether it's a bad divorce that they've had to encounter, unforeseen situations that they just kind of knock the wind out of them, right? Or health issues. And so I help them to refocus, reposition, and regain their life, and then be able to transition themselves past the pain to walk into their purpose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a calling.
Yeah, it really is. And I never thought that I would be here in this place.
Yeah, because your story.
Yeah, my story is quite interesting, and it has probably connected me to the few of the women that you're probably going to interview and have already interviewed. But I about 7 years ago, prior to 7 years giving birth to my son, I waited until I was 40 to have my first child. Was a college president for about 15, 16 years, traveled the world, gave birth to my son, and all of a sudden was diagnosed with 7 different autoimmune deficiencies.
Seven.
Lupus, fibromyalgia, Crohn's, colitis. I have celiac disease, thyroid disease, endometriosis, and I also have rheumatoid arthritis.
Like, how do you deal with that?
I wasn't. I went through a phase in my life where I was severely depressed. I even came to a point where it was day by day I was deciding on whether or not I was going to kill myself or live.
Day by day?
Day by day. Every day. There wasn't a day that didn't go by that I was thinking about suicide.
Thank God.
And I almost accomplished it about a year and a half ago.
So, what everyone's thinking, and they're wondering, so what changed? What happened?
What changed was, and it's funny because I don't think you know how I met Dr. Sonia.
No, I don't think you shared that.
Okay, so I had dropped my son off to school. I had every intention to kill myself that day. My son at that time was only about 2 or 3 years old. And so I had already been suffering for the longest time, excruciating pain. I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. So I had decided to drop him off. At the time, I was taking 63 pills a day to live. 63 pills.
63?
I had to count out 63 pills every day to live, to function. And so, and I had the hardcore meds. I didn't have the light,
Yeah.
No, they gave me like straight narcotic type drugs. And so I knew that if I took the 23 that I had contemplated counting out, that it would take me out. So went and took my son to school, came home, had those 23 pills in my hand. I was following Dr. Sonia for about 6 months, and she always would come on at night, on live stream, on Periscope. But for some reason that day, my phone was sitting next to me and it just kept buzzing. And I didn't know why I was buzzing, and it kind of broke my stance of me wanting to kill myself. And so I looked down at the phone and I look up and I'm like, that's Dr. Sonia. She's 12:30? She don't never come on at 12:30 in the afternoon. So I opened the phone up and the title of it said, I don't know who this is for, but I feel like somebody's trying to commit suicide. And I need you to stop and pray.
Wow.
And in that very moment, I knew she was talking to me. And that's how her and I connected.
So when you told her that story, that was like...
She knew. Yeah, she knew then that it was me.
And so I guess that really told you that in some way, that was God calling you.
It was, and the funny thing is that she was experiencing some of the same things I was experiencing. Thus is why she did the live, because she was trying to save herself.
Right.
So it was divine intervention kind of for both of us. And so when I had emailed her and told her what was happening, we ended up, a couple of months later, we met face to face for the first time. And it was really her encouraging me along the way. Didn't even know, this lady never met me, but she was always praying for me consistently when she heard my story before I even met her face to face. And so I ended up enrolling in one of her programs and really starting to realize that just because I was going through everything that I was going through, it didn't mean that my life was over.
No, wow.
It just meant that I just needed to find a new way of how my new normal was going to be.
Wow.
Because most of the time when we have setbacks or things happen to us, we're so busy trying to heal ourselves to get back to where life used to be. But a setback is not there for you to go back to the old, it's for you to transform and become new. That's what setbacks are. That's what challenges are. That's why we have all these things that happen in life.
Step back
it's not,
to come forward in
correct.
A different way.
Correct.
And it may be to come forward in a better way.
Yeah. Because I honestly can say, even though I'm not healed and I still deal with all the symptoms that I have, because I've shifted my mindset to want to live and be able to have a purpose in life and know that I know what I'm called to do now,
yes,
I'm living my best life now.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely. That's
wow.
the change, Tony.
I knew there was something. See? I knew there was something.
Yeah, that's the change. When you begin to walk into your purpose and you know every day the reason for why you wake up.
It's a different
It's
glow.
A different glow. It's a different feeling. It's a different everything. And I can still wake up and feel like somebody sawing my back open because I have fibromyalgia. But I don't even pay attention to it.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even pay attention to it.
Wow.
Yeah. So it gives you a whole new leash on life. And so I try to work with my clients and I try to tell them that, you got to stop focusing on the current situation that you're in right now. I know it's present. I don't want you to ignore it. But stop holding on to what life used to be because it's not going to be the same.
That's fact.
That's fact. I can guarantee you that. But what I can tell you is a matter of you deciding and knowing and adopting that it's not going to be the same. And let's figure out how we can make it better.
So you coming here and spending all of your good money to get a stand, you want to engage your people to share what message?
I want to engage people, especially women, to understand that life setbacks are not designed for you to stand still and have the woe is me mentality. We can't do that. We don't have time to do that. As women, we have too much to do in life and too many things, too many people to affect in life. We don't have time. And so I want women to walk away knowing that there are things that you can do to know that you're going to get knocked down. Because every day we're going to still deal with things are still going to happen in life. But how can you maneuver and still stand when it's done, or still operate in the midst of the storm? Because here I am. I'm a prime example. I'm still in the storm.
Yeah, I hear you.
You see what I'm saying?
But you're still functioning.
I'm still functioning.
Getting on planes and traveling to different countries.
Yes.
To impact people that you don't even know.
Absolutely. So I just have to do it differently. Before my illnesses, I used to be able to hop on a plane, do what I have to do. The next day I can get on the plane and go home. No, now when I do stuff, I have to come a couple of days early. I have to rest. Get myself prepared. I do what I have to do, and then I have to rest after that before I get on the plane. I just have to do it differently. But I'm still getting I'm getting the better results. And so one of the things that I have a lot of women that come to me that have autoimmune deficiencies, and I try to get them to understand that one of the things that I think my illnesses and everything I've ever gone through has taught me, and this is honest to God, and I mean this, it's taught me how to not, I live life where I don't stress about nothing. Because when you have an autoimmune deficiency, when you're dealing with anything health related, and you're constantly dealing with it, you pick and choose your battles. When you don't have when you're not in a storm, you you tend to worry about things that you can't even affect change on. When you're sick, you want to live life stress-free. So there's things that happen now that I'm like, when I look at it, I'm like, now the old me probably would have been so stressed out about that. But now I don't even, my life is, you're not going to jeopardize my peace. Nothing's going to jeopardize my peace. I don't care how much money you want to pay me. I have walked away from clients because if I feel like my peace is going to be disturbed, I can't. No. That's probably my number one commodity is my peace and my time.
Wow. So you heard it. Peace and time. I've not heard it like that before. Most people just talk about time, but if you've got more time but there's no peace in that time, what's the point?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when are you speaking?
I speak tomorrow at 11:30 on the Women's Empowering stage.
And so we're going to post this up on the channel. So in case people might want to get in touch with you from afar, if you'd like to give your full details and how people can connect with you, please.
So you can follow me on any of the social media handles at she'simmune.com, at she'simmune.com, she'simmune. My website, or email me at info@she'simmune.com, or you can always find me at I am Marcie Lynn by my first name on Facebook or any of the other social media handles as well.
Wow. So something's definitely going on because we're having all of these American women coming over teaching us something. And it seems like it's all for the women. I've just noticed that. We're like, what's happening to the brothers?
We do, I do have males in my program.
Oh, do you?
But I do them more one-on-one and separate. Yeah, because there's something that happens when we work with women, when women have to feel safe and they have to feel like they have to be able to be transparent.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
So I do work with men. I do have a couple of male clients that I do work with.
Well, it was lovely taking time out of your busy schedule and reconnecting.
Absolutely.
She's looking at me like, yeah, you better make sure next year, like. But it's great. So from Marcie Lynn and Tony DADA on DADA TV at the Expo, best you, enough love.